G'day everyone, Lucas here from the Aussie Gamers Experience, and today with this video I'm going to be talking about Crackdown 3. First up, before we get started, Crackdown 3 will be available with Xbox Game Pass at launch on February 15 for Xbox One and Windows 10 PC. Finally, the embargo has lifted and I can tell you about my time speaking with Joseph Staten, who's the creative director of the publishing team at Microsoft, and Jorg Newman, the executive producer from Microsoft. They gave me about 15 minutes of their time a couple of weeks ago, and I had the opportunity to ask them a bunch of questions. Now, with absolute clarity, I tell you guys, I haven't played a Crackdown game. I haven't played Crackdown 1, I haven't played Crackdown 2, but I have now played Crackdown 3. So I put the question out to our Discord channel, and thank you very much to Uncle Chunt and Skrill for coming good with a whole bunch of really good questions that the guys really loved answering. There was a couple that they really couldn't answer. They didn't want to give away too much before the game was released, but I've got some good questions here. So in this video, I'm going to go through the interview with Joseph and Jorg and tell you what answers that I got back. Some of them are very, very interesting, and you might be happy with some of the information that I've got. Alright, so the first question that I've got here is, does your vehicle grow and improve the more you use it, just like in the first game? And the answer that I got was a resounding yes, absolutely. We still have the agency transforming vehicle in the game. As you level up your driving skills, you'll unlock different forms of your vehicle that can do different things. Alright, so the next question that I asked was, how many green orbs are we going to have to hunt down in this game? And at first they weren't sure, and this is something I thought was really professional of them. They couldn't give me the answer there and then, but they took down my details and they emailed me later in the afternoon and gave me the answer, because fair enough, like, this is something that might be a bit intricate and can't remember everything, but the answer that I got was 1,000 orbs in total, which is 750 regular and 250 hidden. So that's the breakdown there. So there you go. Is that a lot? Is that similar to 1 and 2, or is that less? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section down below. While you're at it, if you've got any questions that isn't answered here, feel free to ask, because I do have a little bit more information that I'm going to cover here. And if I can, I will answer and help you guys out. If not, I'll let you know. If I can. Alright, so the next question that I've got here is, how many different agent characters are there to choose from? And this is a good answer. There's 20 plus Terry Crews. And Terry counts for 50. So there is 21. 21 agents there, but apparently Terry Crews counts for 50, and I will not argue that, because Terry Crews is larger than life and very much deserves to be worth 50. So there you go. Next question I've got here, is there a story mode and cutscenes in the campaign, or is it still objective based like in Crackdown 1? The answer I got for that one is, there are definitely cutscenes, and there is a story that is wrapped around the sandbox experience. But just like in Crackdown 1, it's not linear, not at all. So you can attack certain factions in the game and trigger their cutscenes and their story moments in any order that you want. As soon as you get out of the tutorial part of the game, you can go straight for the final boss if you like. They do not stop you from trying to do that. Now, very likely, out of the box, if you go straight to the boss, the final boss, you will have your ass handed to you in a spectacular fashion. However, you can try it if you like. At least go and have a look, I guess. Right, so the next question that I've got here is, can the campaign still be done cooperative with drop-in, drop-out agents with your friends online? And if so, how many players? Okay, so once you invite a friend to your co-op session, it is drop in and drop out. So you have to actually start a co-op game. Because if you play an offline game, clearly nobody can join you. So starting up a co-op game, if you have a friend coming that maybe hasn't started or hasn't jumped online yet, start the co-op session. Okay, and then they will be able to drop in and drop out at their leisure. It is only 2-player. It is a co-op game. The next question that I've got is how many bosses are in the game? Now, I didn't really expect an answer for this one, and this is what I got. I don't know if we want to reveal the total number of bosses in the game. There are fun enemies to fight, and there are bosses in the game, and there are returning characters. Fair answer for an unfair question, I think. Alright, so the next question I've got is how many agency vehicles are there this time and what types? Okay, so the answer is there is only one agency vehicle. There are other types of vehicles in the world that you can find and drive, like civilian vehicles, but there is only one agency vehicle. However, it has 3 forms. Help me out with this one. I didn't ask, but is that something that was in the previous games? Did your agency vehicle transform, or is this something new? One is the spider form that can latch onto to the side of buildings and drive along the side of it. And there is also a tank form that serves just like a tank. Once they're all unlocked, you can switch back and forth between them. I didn't get to find out what the third type is. That one might be a secret. Alright, so the next question. Can I still climb to the top of the agency tower and jump off it to get a new achievement? And the answer to this one was you can climb to the top of the agency tower and jump off. However, there is no achievement for jumping off the agency tower. But, this is a pretty cool bit of info they gave, there is an achievement for actually climbing the agency tower in the first place, but not for jumping off it. Okay, the next question I've got, what is the heaviest object that I can pick up in the game at my agent's full power? The answer is probably enemy battle tanks and huge pieces of industrial machinery called macerators. There's also a thing called the matter duplicator, which is in the game, where you can say pick up a tank, throw it, and then using the duplicator, you can instantly throw another of the exact same tank at an enemy. So you can just, I don't know if you can spam these things, it's probably on a cooldown, I don't know how many you can throw, but you can definitely instantly throw another tank after another one, or another of whatever you're throwing. Alright, so the next question I've got here is, does the online multiplayer portion of the game have any effect on the offline mode in any way? And as far as agent progression at all? Simple answer to that one, no. Completely separate game and progression, and separate achievements too. Alright, so the next question, regarding online co-op play, are there any objectives shared during that session, or will my friend who joined my session have to recomplete those in his or her game afterwards? The answer is, if you join the world of the host, all actions affect the host's game only. There are several different agent slots which can be taken into any world slot, and this makes Crackdown very flexible. Let me expand on that. So it's pretty obvious with the first part of that, where everything happens in the host game, doesn't affect the guest. However, I thought it was really interesting, and I haven't seen this in any other game, but there are several save slots for your agent, your character slot, and then there are several slots for your world. So there's 2 different save slots. So when you load a game, you'll load an agent, and then you'll load a world, and you can load a different agent into a different world. So if you've 100%ed a game, you can then take your fully powered agent into a brand new world. Or vice versa, you can take a level 0 or level 1 agent into a fully accomplished world. Really flexible, I like that idea. If I'm being too brief on these answers and would like me to expand, once again, just leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alright, so next question is, being the trend in recent years, are there any loot boxes or microtransactions in Crackdown 3? If so, how will that affect the player's overall experience? So the answer to are there any loot boxes or microtransactions? 0. Nothing. There's nothing like that. So if you like that kind of thing, where there's no microtransactions, you're going to be happy. Now, here's a strange question. This is the last one that I've got here. Strange question that I almost didn't ask because I thought it was ridiculous. This one was from Skrill. Is there an achievement involving Terry Crews's love of yogurt? I saw a live stream the night before I went and had a chat with these guys from Terry Crews, and he was going on about this goat yogurt and how he is the goat because he's the greatest of all time. And I thought that this yogurt thing was a bit silly, but yeah, Terry Crews has got a thing with yogurt, and it was interesting. So I asked the question. I asked it anyway. And is there an achievement with Terry Crews' love for yogurt? There's no achievement for it. But if you love the whole yogurt thing, there is something in there for you. I didn't give it away. That's a little bit of a something for you to go find. Can you find the yogurt reference? I don't know what it is. There might be a billboard. There might be a line. There might be a little throwaway line that Terry Crews makes a comment about yogurt. There might be, I don't know, there's something in there. Something. Let us know. If you find it, if you've already found it and you're listening to this video, put a comment down below, let us know what it is. That'd be great. Well, there you go. So I had the opportunity to actually get hands-on with Crackdown 3 very early before release, and I played a little bit of the campaign, and I played a fair bit of the multiplayer. Now, for me, Crackdown 3, the actual campaign, is it feels like a last generation game. Like, and I'm not saying it doesn't look good or play good, but it just feels like that style. It's a very kind of retro, open world, action adventure-y kind of game, which the fans of the series will no doubt absolutely adore. Looks good, plays good, and will definitely be loved by the fans of the series. Now, for the multiplayer, I found that a little bit more interesting because I'm not a big fan of multiplayer, but this one is great. It's super duper aimbot central, so there is just aimbot. That's how it works. So if you are playing I'm not sure if it's cross-play with PC, but if you are playing against someone using keyboard and mouse, you're not really going to be disadvantaged using a controller because everybody has super lock on. So when you're aiming at someone, it will lock onto them to the point where it will completely take over controlling the camera and will follow who you're locked onto. But that's not the style of gameplay it is. It's you're locking on, but you've got so much freedom of movement, vertical, horizontal, all different planes of movement, that the idea is when you are being locked on, you need to break that line of sight. You need to get out of there or turn around and take down whoever is aiming on you. You'll have like a red laser lock onto you, which will tell you where the person is that's locked onto you and that you are being locked onto. And yeah, that's the idea. Turn around, kill them, or get away, break the line of sight. Really, really difficult to break line of sight considering everything is destructible. They can just shoot through walls. It's not stupidly easy to shoot through walls. You can't just use a machine gun to shoot through walls. But if you just switch to a heavy and blow a hole in the wall, there's your cover gone, and they can shoot you. It is an amazing experience. Now I could stand here, well, I'm seated at the moment. I can sit here and tell you all about it. However, I would much prefer you guys jump in the comments, ask me some questions, and I'll tell you what I know from my experiences. Obviously there were no online servers when we were playing. We were playing on a local server, so I can't really comment on connectivity. It worked fine, but it was a local server. There was about 8 of us or something like that in a room playing off a PC server that was in there. Alright, well that's all that I've got to cover, and I'm happy to answer questions. Obviously I won't answer everything, but I'll do my very best. Thank you very much for listening, and while you're here, go ahead, press that like button. It's the one that looks like a thumbs up. If you press the thumbs down button, you've got to press it twice. It doesn't really work that well. So press the thumbs down button twice, and then the thumbs up button once, and then it should work properly. It's YouTube. It's buggy. While you're there, go ahead and give some love. Kiss it. Kiss that subscribe button. Wait, no, don't do that. Click it. It doesn't work if you kiss the screen. Click the subscribe button, and I will be forever in your debt. Thank you very much. I love you all for listening this far along. And if you, no, I've already said, yep, I've said that. Okay, what else? I am Lucas, and until next time, I will see you.